I was folding laundry when my phone buzzed. I almost didn't pick up. My son, Tyler, rarely calls anymore. But something in me said answer. I swiped the screen. Mom, I got married yesterday. Just like that. No build-up. No excitement in his voice. Just a flat announcement, like he was telling me he bought milk. I froze. Married? I repeated, trying to steady my voice. Yesterday. Yes, he said quickly. We kept it small. Small? He meant I wasn't invited. No invite. No call. Not even a text. Just nothing. A dull ache spread in my chest, but I forced myself to breathe evenly. I see, I said. Congratulations. There was an awkward silence, the kind you could slice in half. He cleared his throat. So, yeah. Anyway, we were thinking, since we didn't do a big wedding or accept gifts, maybe you could help us out. You know, something for our new place? There it was. The real reason for the call. Not to share joy. Not to include me. Not to ask for my blessing. He wanted a wedding gift. After leaving me out, I looked out the window, swallowing the hurt. Something in me hardened, not out of anger, but clarity. I finally replied, Tyler, you're married now. And grown. Your choices have consequences. He didn't like that. At all. Consequences. Tyler snapped. His voice suddenly sharpened, defensive like he'd been waiting for a fight. What's that supposed to mean, Mom? I stayed calm. If I let my emotions take over, I'd break. Years of trying to stay close to him. Years of being pushed away. All led to this moment. It means, I said gently, that you made a choice to exclude me from the most important day of your life. That was your decision. And now you're asking me for something. That has weight. Silence. Then I heard someone whispering in the background, a woman's voice. His new wife. Her tone wasn't kind. Just ask her again, she hissed. She owes us. Owes. That word cut deeper than anything else. Look, Mom, we really need help with furniture. A couch, maybe a fridge, something. You're good with money. You can afford it. We didn't want you there, but now we want your support. I inhaled slowly. Tyler, I asked, why didn't you tell me you were getting married? Another pause, this one longer, heavier. Finally, he muttered, we didn't want drama. Drama. Me, the woman who raised him alone, worked 2 jobs, sacrificed everything, was drama. My heart broke in a way I didn't know was possible. But I kept my voice steady. So you thought avoiding me was easier than including me? It's not like that, he protested. But it was. We both knew it. And then he said the line that sealed everything. Look, Mom, can you just send the money? We're starting our life. Make it easy. Easy. He wanted easy. But life doesn't work that way, and neither do relationships. I squared my shoulders. Tyler, my answer is no. I heard him inhale sharply, like he'd been slapped. What? No? Are you serious? Yes, I said. For the first time in years. I'm serious. His wife's voice rose in the background. See? I told you she wouldn't help. She's just bitter. But she was wrong. I wasn't bitter. I was done. Tyler was breathing hard into the phone, the way he used to when he didn't get what he wanted as a child. But he wasn't a child anymore. And I wasn't going to bend just because he stamped his foot in a different tone. You're unbelievable, he said. I call you to share good news, and you make it all about you. I almost laughed at the irony. Instead, I let the silence sit between us, thick and undeniable. Tyler, I said carefully, choosing each word like a fragile thread, you didn't call to share good news. You called to ask for money. A gift. After keeping your entire wedding a secret. He didn't respond. That silence, his unwillingness to face what he'd done, was louder than and all the years came back to me in flashes. The nights he slept in my bed during thunderstorms. The mornings I drove him to school with coffee I couldn't afford. The scraped knees, the lost backpacks, the heartbreaks I patched together with love and patience. I had been there for everything. until he chose a life where I wasn't invited. His voice finally cracked through my thoughts. So that's it? You're punishing me. No, I whispered. I'm finally respecting myself. I could hear his wife again, louder this time, spitting the words like they were truths carved in stone. She's doing this on purpose. She wants control. She wants to make you beg. Beg. If she only knew how many times I had begged silently for a call, for a visit, for him to remember I existed. We'll figure it out ourselves, he said coldly. Goodbye. But I didn't hang up. Not yet. Tyler, wait. He paused, but only slightly. I love you, I said, and I felt something tremble inside me, fragile but honest. But love doesn't mean letting you treat me like an afterthought. Not anymore. His breath shifted. Softer. Confused. Maybe even hurt. I didn't mean to, I know, I said. But intentions don't erase actions. There was a long silence. A real one this time. The kind where you can hear truth trying to find its place. When he spoke again, his voice was smaller, uncertain. I guess. I didn't think it mattered. It mattered to me, I said. And someday, maybe you'll understand why. He didn't speak after that. Not a word. He just ended the call. The quiet in the house was heavy, but not suffocating. Not like before. I set my phone down on the table and walked to the window. Outside, the world moved on exactly as it had the day before: cars, sunlight, distant voices. Life going forward whether I felt ready or not. I breathed in. The hurt didn't disappear, but it settled into something honest. Something real. A boundary I should have drawn buzzed again. A text this time. From him. Just 2 words. I'm sorry. I didn't respond. Not out of anger. But because growth doesn't happen in replies. It happens in the space we give each other to understand. And for the first time in a long time, I finally felt something close to peace.